Beetroot, nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yeah, suspect. Tiviki pote kwa ploti sio ma suspect. Super ratchet body form perfect. Ukibonga budu utafungiwa ndani ya casket. Yeah, suspect. Bangi kitupa kwa ploti sio ma suspect. It's like I'm on a plane, nigga, you ain't got check. Napenda mzigo na choro toka kwa like a plus check.
Yeah, suspect. You have to go chona simu familiar suspect. The nana ni check your shop daily bracket. Ya taxes tuliwataka people on a budget. Maisha soft money top shika access. Kamati juu ya mawe riba media subject. Ni marathon mnashinda na nani fastest the madness. Nafta miezi saba weni fastest. Kusaulika na kusonga na wakati. Studio kuna piko kama balkoni ya upati na wapasi wakotana wanabambanya ya manchi. Lupa kwa mtosi wanyama bakshish. Pewa moja pewa mbili za lunches na wingi wa mate nikitema ina happen. Funga hati kwa finali kama Kylian Mbappe. Nifemi uno si wawili ni mjaste.
Suspect. Tiviki pote kwa ploti sio ma suspect. Super ratchet body form perfect. Ukibonga budu utafungiwa ndani ya casket. Yeah, suspect. Bangi kitupa kwa ploti sio ma suspect. It's like I'm on a plane, nigga, you ain't got check. Napenda mzigo na choro toka kwa hiyo plastic. Squeezing na kula table moja na bosses. They can't beat me, wanataka tu join forces. Wana force sana ndio your profit na nipate losses. Adwaka ndo sana kula hiyo fruit ya trust the process. Wanataka mwini nimetoka chini na nimebeba upini karapa ina maganji brondo za kidemi. Au marapa finiki wanauliza ni nini niko kazini jino meno flow kwa ulimi tight virginity. Sorry if you went out of catapelic sema kweli nakumbuka kitambo working kejeli sign ndio sauti sikike kwa hizo mitambo you gotta pay me. And a dream an angel told me pray and God will never fail me. Boo boo military mindset kama si pesa hunipati kwenye handset. Vile nachapa kazi lazima nikafunge. Nairobi Nigeria wanashituka funge. Suspect. Tiviki pote kwa plot.
Good afternoon, family. Super rising. 4 minutes past 2 p.m. in the 254. Hope you're doing amazing this wonderful Wednesday. Hope you're ready for the day, for the shows.
Yeah, suspect. Another beat, another madam in your suspect.
Yes, Caterpillar featuring Femi One playing right here on the media of the 21st century. The name of the jam is Suspect. Karibuni sana. Hope you guys are having an easy, wonderful Wednesday morning on your end. Everyone on Rumble, Richard, on the radio station, and to those who shall be catching this on Spreaker and Spotify. Karibuni sana. My name is Joby. Today we shall be talking about deforestation, which has led to so many loss of lands and also nature conservation. We shall be going back a little bit into history, looking at people like Wangari Maathai, how they really played a very big role in protecting our forest and of course trees, and of course educating why we shouldn't be participating on deforestation. She's one among the, I'd say, freedom fighters who fought for our environment, and of course was also very hard fought by the government because of bringing the truth and trying to teach what is right. I'll be sharing much more on that, but also this has been happening because we're talking about baobab trees, which we saw last year, majority of them being taken into Georgia. We saw this is was happening actually in Mombasa, in other parts of Nairobi, where trees were being cut down, and even in some forests today, some of the hikers, some of the bikers who are going through this forest, or rather have been going there, they're seeing and testifying to how right now there's so much cutting down of trees. What is really happening? And then we're also seeing other corporations, as they call themselves, you know, as they cut down trees, they're trying to plant more, and it's not for our benefit but to their own benefit. But of course, as we talk about that, we shall also talking about the Gambia. I don't know how many of you know about the Gambia, but there is actually it is the smallest country on a mainland in Africa, and we shall be talking about this because I don't know about this. I know about Gambia, but not the Gambia. So we shall be getting to learn a bit about something also today, and of course how also they were some of the people were of course affected by transatlantic trade slavery, sorry, slave that is of course during the slavery period and during the colonization time. And last but not least, we shall also talk about of course Buhari, who has been laid to rest, but like I said, Nigerians are mocking him. Nigerians actually are going to those who are in the UK are going to the hospital that he was appointed, and they're saying that there's no Nigerian who can afford actually to live in that particular, can actually step even on that particular hospital, because even back at home in Nigeria, some people cannot even afford to step on the hospitals that are poorly constructed there. So it is crazy to see that the failure of these leaders when they die, that they are dying not in their own homes but outside their own homes, and because they're seeking what they could have built when they were actually leaders. Karibuni sana. That's our top conversation for the day. But for now, keep on enjoying Femi One and Caterpillar.
Wanadhalisha wapewe duve na mattress, imziki kona wenyewe kompeni heartless, kitu muhimu uelewe na lari regardless, jaribu kunipima wazimu kufanye absence, look me clean, piga look to kill, handset in a vibrate na cheki who this be, my check show promoter pike booking fee, na flute this week next week take a full degree, then I'm to walk at a very na queen, matapeli kwa teli na cheki delo na link, kazi nyepesi kazaneni na nisi, tuko very komeli mtangoja sana to sing.
Yeah, suspect. TV kipote kwa ploti sinyo ma suspect. Super ratchet body form perfect. Ukibonga gudu utafungiwa ndani ya casket. Yeah, suspect. Bangi kitupa kwa ploti sinyo ma suspect. It's like I'm on a plane, nigga, you ain't got shit. Napenda mzigo na choro toka bana yo plus check.
Yes, Karibuni Sana. Hope you guys are doing again great. Karibuni Sana, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby to the first time listeners and returning listeners. But like I say, today we have an interesting conversation. We shall not only be learning about history of what is happening in Africa, and of course, this is about the Gambia. Kindly let me know on the comment section, even if you shall be catching this on a replay. Do you know about the Gambia, or did you know about the Gambia? Because you know about Gambia, but not the Gambia. You know, it's crazy when you talk about how white people have actually like put so many cross lines on this particular map and given different names. Like talk about the Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Republic of Congo. Is that even making sense to you? These people just interchange and put in between words to make it look like it's really making sense. Democratic Republic of Congo, the Republic of Congo. What's the difference? It doesn't make sense. And then we also have Congo. Like, please, it's so crazy. But of course, that is what I want to start with. This is something I learned. Shout to Afro Machi. I think right now we're friends because we've been talking about literally about a lot about Africa, and she has an amazing page. Shout out to her. Check out also our page on Instagram. She's called Afro Machi, and she's been sharing literally news and updates about what is happening in Africa, the continent itself, and also bringing you news and updates on what you don't know. Like this, I learned from her. So I'm gonna share this as we get into deeper details of understanding who the Gambians are, what is this country called the Gambia, and what is the history behind this particular name and the location.
Africa that is so small that you can drive through the entire country in just 6 hours. It's so narrow that some people say that if you sneeze too hard, you will land in another country.
Funny thing I've noticed, it's actually a very clean city. If this was recorded on the actual time, it's really I'd say it's giving Rwanda competition. I don't know, because I don't know much about the Gambia.
And I bet you've been pronouncing the name of this country wrong your whole life.
Hold on, Joey. Pause that for a second. I just heard you on the radio say, what's the difference between Congo and the Republic of Congo? Two different countries. The Republic of Congo's capital is called Brazzaville. Of course, they were once at one time the Congo Kingdom, and they're the same people, but the white man came and made these borders. And so, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, the capital is Kinshasa. So, you know, that's why the Nigerians and the Ghanaians are fighting right now and going crazy because of the fake borders, right? Go ahead, Joe.
It's just hypothetical. I was just trying to put it hypothetically because it doesn't make sense. Like I said, you know, you sit down, think about how they twist the names, it's something that we as Africans also we should start like questioning. Why is it that my neighboring country is called the Republic of Congo? Why is this Democratic Republic of Congo and the other one is Republic? What is that? You know, it doesn't even make a goddamn sense. And this is why people also need to understand that this is gonna catch up with them as well. We're understanding you've just been twisting names, twisting the lingo, you know, trying to make this sound like it's a huge important thing, but it's just the same people you're trying to divide. It's the same people you've been trying to divide and making you
But
know
they,
using.
but they did divide them. You're right. They didn't try to divide them. They did do it.
Exactly, that is what we're saying. Because, and of course, they're trying even much more because we've spoken about how they're trying to still split the DRC Congo itself, where they have been
Oh
stealing
yeah.
minerals.
Well, but they want to make well instead of two countries, they want to make it into five. The bigger one, they want to make it into 5 or 6 different countries, so they can control have different puppet presidents, and then they can the more division you are, the easier you are to control. So exactly.
It is super crazy, and we need to start questioning. So, of course, like today, I said we shall be talking about the Gambia. I don't know if you knew about the Gambia. We do have Gambia, but not
You talking about you talking about
Gambia.
Gambia and Senegal? You talking about Gambia and Senegal?
Senegambia. It was called
Yeah, yeah,
Senegambia.
Senegal because with Senegambia, at one time Gambia was part of the Senegal, so they
Yeah.
separated, of course, and now it's its own little fake, little small, little bitty country because that's what it's better. Yeah, to control it, Joe, to divide and control it. It's exactly the same people, but they took it and split the country up from Senegal because Gambia is really Senegal, but hey, they made another fake country there.
We have Gambia and the Gambia. That is what I'm trying to understand. Like we have Gambia and the Gambia. Because this is not Gambia
Nah,
itself.
nah.
We have
Where,
Gambia.
where, where's Gambia at then? All I know is the Gambia that's part of Senegal. I don't. That's well, that's it. It's inside of Senegal. It's just like Gambia is like we would call Lesotho and Eswatini being inside of South Africa, right? The funny part about it, Eswatini and Lesotho now asking for half that land back because South African land was actually their kingdom. They want that land back. So we'll see where you South Africans are like, oh, you Africans, get out of here. Half your country's not even yours. The white man stole that from
Mhm,
the kingdom of Lesotho and the kingdom of Eswatini.
mhm.
What you gonna do then? Go ahead, Joe.
So let me share this. This is the Gambia. So we do have the Gambia. That's why I was asking how many of you have known about this? Because we have
Yeah,
Gambia and the Gambia. Okay.
Gambia is the Gambia. There's not two countries inside that
Oh,
little country.
well, listen to this. Let's
All
learn
right.
something.
There is a country in Africa that is so
Okay.
small that you can
Yeah, it's
drive through
fun.
the entire country in just 6 hours.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
the Gambia.
narrow that some people say that if you sneeze too hard, you will land in another country. And I bet you've been pronouncing the name of this country wrong your whole life.
This is Africa.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the Gambia,
Hmm.
Okay,
not
they just said.
Gambia.
Okay, that's what this is. They're saying it's called the Gambia, not Gambia, Joe. But it's the
Yes.
same country. They're saying that you're pronouncing it wrong. But like I said, it shouldn't even exist
Uh-huh.
because it's actually inside of Senegal. It's something that the British, when the French and British were fighting, they stole part of Senegal and made the Gambia.
We,
Okay,
we
it just go
we
ahead,
do
Joe.
have white people in Gambia, right? We do have white people. I don't know. Let me see what's the population of white
I
people
mean,
here.
not that many, Joe, but not that many in the Gambia. Of course, they're always there because that was a British colony. So, but not many, not many in the country. You're always gonna have some there. You got a lot of what we call white Arabs. Like you have a lot of Lebanese. You have a lot of Lebanese all throughout Africa. The racist bastards from Lebanon tell black people you can't come in their country, you can't have births in their country, and they're all throughout Africa making money. So I know you have a big Lebanese population, a big a big European population. I don't think so, but if there's going to be white, it's going to be the white Arabs, the Lebanese, and the other Arabs that are there, Joe. We're gonna
Well, they
find
say
out.
our white population in the Gambia is less than 2%,
Okay.
specifically than Africans, which includes Europeans and people of Lebanese origin.
Told you. I told you. The Lebanese, who are racist as f, hate black people. They're the ones who was, they were getting bombed and saying the black men showed that the black people weren't allowed to go into the houses, weren't allowed to go into the shelters. They were getting murdered by the Israelis bombing Lebanon, and they wouldn't allow. Remember, they in synagogue. Look, they in synagogue, right? Gambia is really synagogue, but so they're right there in synagogue. But synagogue probably say, "Hey, you Lebanese here in our country, you're not going to be able to give birth either, since we can't give birth in your country. Since black women not allowed to give birth in your country, right?" So Lebanese are all throughout. You got a bunch of them in Ghana. You got a bunch of them in Kenya. Racist as F. Don't be the first people you got to get out the continent. But go ahead, Jimmy. I knew the Lebanese are everywhere in Africa, and they're openly racist.
It's part of the name. With a population of over 2.4 million people, the Gambia is the smallest country on mainland Africa. They speak English. Yeah, because the British was here too. In fact, the Gambia...
You're going to have Trump asking you, do you speak English?
was one of the main ports during the transatlantic slave trade. It gained independence in 1965 but became a republic in 1967. Its capital city is called Banjul. The major religion here is Islam, and their currency is called Gambian.
Shout out to the Maury's cousin lives there. Left Kenya, has a business over in the Gambia.
Dalsy. The Gambia makes most of its money from farming and tourism. They grow things like peanuts, rice, and millets. And tourists love their beaches and wildlife. Yeah. Now, here's what's most
because it's Africa, but it's not just their tourism. Because Joby did a video, which is true. Their tourism is sexual tourism because it's a poor country, and white people come to prey on African women and African children. That's the main thing in tourism.
Gambia and Senegal were once joined together as one country called Senegambia. But that union only lasted for 7 years before they split again. But don't let the size of the Gambia fool you. The Gambia is rich in culture, music, and history. It's a small body, but it has a big engine. God bless the Gambia. And if you want to know more about Africa...
Yeah, so of course I had to learn that today. So I think...
they're just saying that. They're just saying instead of calling it Gambia, it's the Gambia. Big deal.
Literally. That is so interesting. It looks like, actually, looking at it, I was saying if this was recorded in actual time, it looks like a really clean city. Like it's competing with Rwanda, I'd say. This is one of the cleanest town I've seen, literally. Our city doesn't really look like this. Our city councils are not doing that much work.
No, Joe.
What?
Gambia can't compete with Kenya as far as income. Gambia is much poorer than Kenya. But okay, maybe the city's a little bit cleaner. Okay, we got that. We understand that. But as far as poverty, Gambia is much poor. Huh?
I said it's clean. I didn't say it's developed. I said the city.
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean. I get you. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Okay. Because I get it. That's probably true. Okay. I get that. That's true. Yeah. But still doesn't stop the poverty in Gambia. Gambia really shouldn't exist as a country. It's too small as a country to actually really thrive because it's too small. That's like I said, the cutting up all of Africa is on purpose, strategic. These countries like a Benin and Togo shouldn't exist. They're too small. Shout out to Dr. Ericana. That's just true. That's why shouldn't have a Gambia. Okay, you can be Senegal, but you can't. Gambia is just too. Nobody want to keep cutting up these pieces because you have no power. Gambia can't inflict any power on any European or Arab or Chinese country because they're too small. Don't have any power. So they're always being subjugated and exploited. And that's their nature. So sadly enough, that's what I told you. All these countries in Africa gotta go. They don't make no shout out to Pilo Mumbo King said they don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. They're too small. They're not supposed to be a country. Gambia is the smallest country in Africa. Yeah, you're not supposed to exist. You're a fake country.
But it's like you say, Africa, again, we never had borders, and Africa is very,
exactly. Africa's actually the biggest continent on the planet, not Asia. Africa's huge. What you see on the map is fake. Africa's like 3 times that size, and all what they call the Middle East is Africa as well, because it sits on a plate. So They just make up since they got power, they just make up a fake term. The Middle East. There's no Middle East, Joby. It doesn't exist. It sits on that's the African plate. It
Where
sits
is the
on Africa.
middle,
Yeah,
north, west, and south?
yeah.
Why?
Where's it at? Exactly. Because exactly. So when these white people invade Africa, they want to change the name, they want to change it from Africa, especially when they start fighting all the ancient civilizations. They wanted to take that away from Africa and say, "Oh, this is Middle Eastern civilization." No such thing as the Middle East. There's no such place. It
It's
doesn't
like
exist.
I have a video here of a bunch of, including also white people themselves, describing themselves. Because
Mm.
of course, if you look at the nature of these people, is not only just looting. It's literally so many words to put into it. They're psychopath. They're evil.
Yep.
They are racist. Let's put it to that.
Yep.
They have committed genocide. I love the person who mentioned that on the video. These people are willing to kill masses just to dominate particular places. Today I was
Yep.
just looking at, again, Israel has bombed Syria. So many people are losing their lives. Also in Palestine, children are dying trying to go to the site where there is food.
Get some
And
supposed to be food. Yeah, but they also
how,
found out that when they get the food, they're poisoning the food.
damn. You ask yourself, how evil are these?
Mm.
Why? Like,
See,
it's crazy, guys.
Joby been talking about for 3 years. Still can't fathom the wicked. Still can't
You can.
fathom
If you
the
can, something is
wickedness.
wrong with you. If you can, something is really wrong with you. Because how do you even fathom that? How do you even try and can't? How are these people just celebrating, joyful in people dying, bombing people, and they're talking about it? This is
They
understanding.
they got Joby. They got you worshiping. Hey, they had not you us. They had everybody worshiping their evil, wicked ancestors. Everything in our history books, it celebrate all the wicked, genocidal, homicidal maniacs of their culture. We were. This was a great person in history. They're all homicidal, genocidal maniacs.
I feel like I was trying to understand why do they always have our presidents going to that wall, with those small hats, and of
Well,
course,
no, what you mean? Why? That's called you better. That's called you showing your damn
of
allegiance, and
course,
you do it.
I
What
know.
you mean? Why they got you doing it?
I was trying to think, just trying to think deeper about it. Trust me, I don't go deep into conversations we're having personally. I'm gonna go deeper on my own time to try to understand something. What am I really missing? Why is this really, really happening? And I remember I just figured out Ruto. I could just picture Ruto. I'm like the way he was there praying and all that. Of course, to them they know why you're supposed to show up. Once you're appointed as a president, you're supposed to go to Israel, and show
All
up on
right,
that wall. But
that's
according to
right.
us, like is to make this the majority, of course, who we dwell in religion, right? To make us think that this is a chosen leader and is going to lead the country in a righteous religious way.
How's
So
it gonna be
that's
a righteous religious way when they don't believe in your religion? You're going to, and the funny part about that's why you don't. That's why the education is so important that you stay dumb. Israelis hate your Jesus. They spit in your face. They told you Jesus is riding in a vat of shit and piss and hell, Joby. So how are you going up there? This is literally, Joby, what they
yeah.
say. Literally, that your Jesus is sitting in a vat of piss and shit rotting in hell. But you the one going to pray to their God? Anytime that your God is sitting in piss and shit.
Well,
That's you
they know
giving tribute. That's you showing your obedience to the people who actually run this planet. That's your
they,
obedience. Your
they know
people may
that.
be stupid, but you're not. You know what it's
Exactly.
doing.
Exactly. They know that exactly. Majority of our people don't know what's happening.
Exactly, Joe.
There's some people who actually and we know this. If you go even on the comment section, even on what is happening today, there's someone who's in so much defense of Israel. Bro,
Of
protect
course.
free Israel, free Israel. What?
Because they
Excuse
don't
me.
because they're caught in the fake religion of it, Joe. Don't know. That's why you see Trump had to put on that hat and go up there and Obama. That's
Of
who
course.
they all gotta go do it. You better get your ass up and take your ass over there. Put on that. They never have to go to any Christian. They never have to go to the Vatican, Joby, and pray to Jesus. They always gotta go to that goddamn wall.
your loyalty is with Israel, not with your
That's
people.
right.
That's what it means. But let me share
That's
this very.
exactly.
Yeah.
Are white people superior?
Oh my God, this was just the first weird picture they had to like. Why did they have her on there? You know, I was watching
Woo.
another video talking about giving an example of how American diet is so fucked up using a rat. You'll find a rat that actually works out, that doesn't eat so much cheese and junkies. It can be able to find its way out and save itself. But most of the Americans have not been able to do that, you know, so they can't even swim, they can't active. I don't know if I'll try find the video and share it, but it was describing it a good analogy
It's
about
gonna-
the
Oh,
American
about
food diet
the
and most
food.
people.
Yeah, the diet, yeah, because the food is all fake in America now. They got so what they want to do in Africa, all the GMOs, all the processed. Most food in America is fake, eating garbage. So that's why everybody now is fat, not a shape. When you go back 40 years, you go back 40 years in America, you'd be pressed to ever find anybody fat. It was rare. Now everybody's fat. So there's always a linkage. They want to, they don't want to ever. Okay, how's it? 40 years ago, everybody was slim, and now everybody's fucking fat. Something happened to all of a sudden change this dynamic. So it's got to be the food. They don't ever want to talk about that because they made billions of dollars selling this garbage to people. Go ahead, Joe.
Exactly what white people are superior at.
They're real good at violence.
Violence, genocide.
It's like stealing
well.
people's lives just because they feel like it.
If you are white and you know
They
this is
feel nothing.
happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer
Yeah.
too.
What
They
exactly
feel
are
nothing.
white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending,
Fear,
being fearful of nothing,
being ignorant,
Blame.
letting their egos control their every move, superior at being dicks.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Oppression, gaslighting,
lack of empathy.
intellectualizing oppression.
They do.
Did I say oppression?
What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not there, taking shit,
Taking our ideas.
Copycat.
Taking shit.
gentrification.
Appropriating things that do not belong to them.
Taking over other people's cultures and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking of it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, the white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
How about claiming that, they are actually a whole separate race when actually white DNA comes from the black female?
So what exactly are white people superior at?
Honey,
Everybody
lying,
cussing-
stealing.
Everybody cussing a black female lady. We know right now. They know that. That's why they know. They don't mention that because that goes against the goofy Bible. So it wasn't no Adam, right? That they know. If you ever actually know real science, it destroys your goofy Bible and your goofy Islam. It just destroys it because everybody comes from the black woman. She's the original face of God. Okay, that's just a fact. So it wasn't nobody come from nobody's rib. That's what everybody has, no matter what DNA you got in you. The black woman is in you. That's just a fact. Go ahead, Joby.
Withholding information.
Lying, telling lies.
I would just consider
myself white American. It's just the norm. To be white is the good thing.
It's the default race.
You kind of get this feeling as you grow up that things belong to you.
I won't have to deal with the prejudice that someone who's Asian, someone who's black, someone who's Hispanic should have to deal with. That's my privilege as a white person. It's but it's true.
The Whiteness Studies reading list explores.
Yeah, so you can hear them.
They know they got privilege. They try to pretend they don't. They know they stole the world and they had privilege. They're trying to act all crazy. Oh, you're wrong if you say we got privilege. Like you do. You don't get penalized. You don't go to prison. You get special treatment. These are facts because you stole the world 500 years ago with your violence and your killing sprees and the world is finally waking up, realize that you can't be. Listen, anything white people tell you as a collective, black people, it's a lie. It's to benefit them. I don't know why it took us so long to understand this. That's been our problem. Okay, we kind of trust them. No. Everything they do, it's a lie to steal from you or kill you or rape you or something evil. It's always that way. And when you don't follow that, you end up in a trick bag.
Exactly. It's like we have is it Jacques Chirac? Chirac, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The former French president.
Oh, Jacques Chirac. Jacques Chirac, who told the truth about if we don't keep Africa, we'll be impoverished.
Exactly. said we bled Africa for 4.5 centuries. We
Yep,
looted their
400
raw
years, 500
materials.
years.
We told lies that Africans are good for nothing. Without Africa, France will slide down into the rank of the third world power,
They're,
which it is. It already
they're
is.
doing they're doing now, and also Britain. After Britain, the British colonies, Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, throw out British rule. So with Britain, all of them are poor, Joby. That's why the Africans, your lack of knowing things keeps them rich, keeps you poor. Your lack of knowledge and your lack of not being cowards, okay? Because everything built in Europe is off your back. He had the other white man, Joby, over shows say these are just facts. Not me hating you, canvassing you, hate you so mean, well, whatever. I'm telling you the truth. Without, you're the rich. Listen, I know you haven't been taught this. Africa is the wealthiest continent on the planet. It has built everybody's civilizations but Africa in the last 500 years, okay? So without Africa, everybody's poor. Okay? This is a fact. So if you take back your continent, take back your pride, you become the wealthy and developed, and they become the impoverished. And when you start taking back, I sent you, play that video I sent you too, Joe, real quick. So this explains this. So when you start taking back your pride and what belongs to you, don't be fooled and because you're Africans, you're loving and you're kind. When they start get all messed up and you take back your stuff and say, oh, Africans, please don't be that way. You have Africa. Yes, let's not. We can't be like them. Let's try to share. And then they'll knock you over your head again and take your shit again. Okay? What's it called? Once bitten, twice shy, or twice bitten, twice shy, whatever it's called. Know your lesson. Don't believe nothing they say once you start getting back power. Like Ibram Toure, don't listen to nothing they say when they keep talking about. Everybody keep talking about America. Keep talking about, hey, Ibram, come back. We want to be your friend. You got Europe coming in the bikini. Want to be your friend while they still trying to kill them. Can you imagine this? They keep talking about. They send in Americans to talk to them. They sent the Europeans to talk to them about being their friends, and while they still trying to kill him. Go ahead, Joe.
It's been taken down on TikTok.
Oh, see, I thought it was going to be taken down. They took it down. Do you know why they took it down? It was saying the truth, and then it had white people that they're going extinct. Okay, with all their wickedness, they're trying to they're telling the truth that they're trying to now pair with black people. Just same way the Japanese are now doing. These black men, but same thing me and Joe was talking about. See, the creator always sends me everything we're talking about. It's funny. What we were talking about yesterday with that goofy Mark Nick Fuentes talking to dumbass Candace Owens. Black people are stupid. They didn't invent anything. They didn't know anything. They know how to write. They're bums and lazy. And these Negroes in Africa, sorry, they're not Egyptians and all this nonsense. I told you the wheel came from Sumer. I had a video showing the Africans with the Sumerians. Everybody knows this. But that white supremacists keep talking about you didn't exist. You didn't even exist at this time of the will. The Africans, it was sub-Saharan Africans, also the crazy stuff. But like I said, it was showing that now, of course, their birth rates are fucked up. And so without melanin, and you see, the Japanese being less racist, they're racist, but less than the Caucasians. The Japanese know through science that the African woman, they got to get that gene of the African, okay? Because it's the most diverse. So that's why they need African men to go impregnate, even though they're racist, without African DNA, they're going to die, okay? Anybody on the planet, without African DNA, you're going to die. Chinese, eventually you're going to go. You're going to go away to dodo bird. You're going to go extinct. And that's not no racism. Go ahead, Joe.
They better save themselves. I don't see anywhere where they try to save Africans in anything that.
No, I'm the same with they. I'm the same with they. I'm the same with they. I know.
But yeah, they better save themselves. If only we understood history, like you're saying, as Africans, we'd not even be trying to do this because
they can't save themselves without you, Joby. So they're gonna come to you.
That's what I'm saying. Listen carefully. If we understood very well, if we understood all these atrocities they have committed, the genocide, the killing, like you were saying yesterday, our numbers are supposed to be bigger than what it is
Huge.
today.
Okay, exactly. Imagine this, guys. And no one's ever said anything about. Okay, imagine. Let's be conservative, guys. I'm gonna say that there's been at least 100 million Africans murdered, genocided. 100 million at least. This is conservative. Okay, I'm gonna give you conservative numbers. Genocide in Namibia, genocide in South Africa, genocide in Kenya, the genocide in the Congo with Leopold, the trans-Arabic slave trade from Kenya all the way over to West Africa, taken to Arabia, India. They call Arabia, that's really Northeast Africa once they got control of it, right? Taking all the Africans, so you got at least 20 million taken that way, genocided. The transatlantic slave trade taken from Africa going towards America, the Caribbean, and South America, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, all these other countries. On that side was at least 12 to 20 million. I'm giving you 100 million Africans murdered. This is conservative. That's my conservative. So it's more than that, I'm pretty sure. I'm being conservative with these numbers. You imagine 100 million people genocided? No one's ever suffered like the African people because you're kind and loving nature. 100 million Africans have been wiped out. But ain't it funny? With 100 million gone, that's why they was able to come back and colonize Africa, because they had depopulated it. 100 million murdered. Even with that, who are the ones having most of the babies still now on the planet again?
Africans.
Oh, the Africans.
That's why they're so concerned about our numbers growing.
Exactly.
It's nothing to do with the economy. People not wanting to.
Nope.
Their agenda is to continue wiping us out. So with that,
Yes.
just exactly what you said, 100 million plus, and probably even that's just the figure you just.
I'm getting that. It's wrong. It's conservative. I'm showing the less. Yes, that's called being conservative, Joby. I'm being conservative because it's more than that. Because I can't. I'm giving you a conservative number. That means I'm making it less than what it really is. I'm being conservative.
So why should we be the ones saving their asses? If you are a black money woman, going there for the sake of money, because I believe that's the notion they're using.
Of course.
I'm very sure, because you don't have a job.
Remember? Remember the Japanese? How much you one gave us a story? How much was the Japanese offering, Joby?
It was let me see.
$1 million, $10,000, $100,000. You the one told us the story about a year ago. You broke the story like that. Like $100,000. If you come impregnate black men come impregnate their women.
It was they say South Korea and Japan are not offering 75. Let me see. It was $75,000.
Okay, $75,000. Okay, there you go. So I think the Koreans are involved into proceed their pride without African genetics. You're out the door, Joby. You're out of here.
As you continue our big conversation of the day, shout out to Byron Scott in the building. Sister Sinovia, she says Africa needs to go against everything the colonizers have done to them, reverse everything. I agree. And she also says peace and love to Byron Scott, to me, and to you, Keith, as well. And she also says the white man, Jesus, if everyone else can have the privilege of being racist, so can we. We are the ones with the true power. I agree, but we can be racist.
That's true. That's true, but that's not your nature, Sanofi. See that? Yeah. You can't see. Even with Joby knows all truth. Yeah, Joby just said, I just can't even think about all the killing and bad things they did, because as an African, we just can't be that. I mean, I think we should defend ourselves, but as a collective, we're just not brutal like that. It's just not, we can't kill without any kind of mercy. All right. I think we should know our history, like Joby's saying, and then protect ourselves and act accordingly against these bad people. But African people, we can't fathom just wiping out people.
I love Sinovia. She said it's my nature. You're not telling me shit. You're not telling me how to. That's so sad, Sinovia. You go, sister. But anyway, as we get into the main conversation, that was in 2024. Kenya had reported, or rather, we had cases from many various residential of many people, especially in Mombasa, who are complaining about our government cutting down trees, specifically the baobab trees. Now, when this happened, it seems like now Kenya figured out a way how to cooperate with China and a certain organization, and they have started planting back these baobab trees in certain regions. People thinking this is helpful, but this is for their own benefit because later on
Exactly.
they're to come
They're
and
gonna
cut
cut
them
them. They're gonna cut them down and give them to China. It's already
exactly.
because so it's a destroying of the ecosystem. But this is what happens when you have corrupt people controlling the country. That's what they are. It's a syndicate. It's corrupt.
The same thing is happening right now as we talk in Karen. We have Karen residentials complaining, and they have been demonstrating here and there because of the government forcing them to cut down trees so that they can pave a way for a railway, I don't know, a railway line, something like that. I'm going to share the video. So the people are complaining. They're saying that there's no way you're not telling us how, you're trying to tell us we shouldn't conserve nature that we've been having for centuries. Like we've had our great grandparents who lived in these particular areas without cutting down
Mhm.
trees. And they were even explaining of the indigenous and spiritual, literally. This lady was explaining it very well. I can't even use our words correctly, but she was saying that we can't just cut down trees. This is very spiritual. This is more than
It is
just you
spiritual.
there are trees which literally until they fall themselves, you can't just cut them. And that is literally how so we grew up. Until you see a tree falling down, literally because probably of its
Because
old
because
or the
understanding that there's a spiritually Africans understand nature. There's a symbiotic relationship between Africans and nature. Trees are living entities. Europeans don't even consider trees. I would say that they're completely different. Asians are different. African knows that trees are living and they have intelligence. That's an intelligent being. You're not supposed to just be killing a sentient being. See, they just, oh, these Africans are too many Africans are stupid. They talk to trees, they're dumb. Now they find out that trees are living entities and they have feelings and they talk to you and they plant things to help you. That's why the African, this is how the African knew how herbs work, how plants healed us. White people all they did was came and copy that and make it synthetic, make fake medicine from the real medicine they got out of Africa. The reason why the African knew this and why plants and trees are spiritual, because Africans spoke with trees and they would give them the medicine they needed to heal themselves, not treat it like the white people's fake medicine with that oil-based nonsense. It would heal them because herbs heal the body. So there is a spiritual relationship between Africans and nature. You are one. So you're not just supposed to be cutting down trees unless it's viable. So no other race of people are connected to God like black people are naturally. See, that's why all these people are being wiped out. They got to go because these other people were not even supposed to be here. So that's what's happening. That's why you got all other people have no respect, like Joey said, for nature. No other people have respect for nature like the African, because the African is connected. You're the only people that are connected to nature, connected to God. You're connected that way. So that's why you feel a certain spiritual loss, a certain moaning of cutting down trees because it's part of you.
As we continue, as we try save time, Iwaton as a guest, so you guys catch up with Iwaton after my show and see.
She has a guest in the studio?
No, virtually. So tune in and see who's there and what they're gonna be talking about. But this is in one of the regions in Kenya. This is what the Chinese now are doing with our Kenyan government.
Budalangi, a region near Kenya's Lake Victoria, has long been haunted by seasonal floods that displace families and render farmlands useless. But a groundbreaking partnership between
It
China
ain't been
and
haunted.
Kenya is now
It
solving
ain't been
the
haunted.
city's
All you would do is dam it up. It's not haunted. The bum ass Kenyan government know it floods every year. They were supposed to go out there and dam it up and then make it irrigationable for the farmland. Same thing Ibn Torre is doing in a year. Isn't it funny? Supposed to been did that. So it's not haunting and all this crazy nonsense you're saying. Go
Launched
make it irritating.
last October, the China-Kenya Bamboo Technology Transfer and Ecosystem Restoration Project is turning degraded riverbanks into climate-resilient ecosystems. The project, backed by UNEP and China research institutions, has planted a 3-kilometer buffer of bamboo, vetiver grass, and sesbania to help tame the floods.
Here we have different cropping systems going on. This
And it's
is
always
bamboo.
and it's always sad because they always need another race. That's why the Africans look down. This is all what we say. You should have been did this. And this should, man, don't know China. She did this 60 years ago. This is insane. Okay,
It's been adopted for the area, and it works very well. To sustain it in the long run, we have the beans. The beans are nitrogen fixers. They produce good food for proteins, and they are farmed every 4 months until they produce for bamboo.
The roots of change run deep. Vetiver grass, with its powerful underground web, is helping reclaim land lost to erosion.
For years, you see the riverbank is getting wider. In 1970, it was only about 20
This is
meters.
absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. In 1970, the riverbank. Listen here, moron. This is absolutely insane. You should have been. You talking about 1970 when I was like 1 year old. You ain't done nothing. 1971, 2, 3. It was the riverbank. Hey, you have colleges in Kenya and engineers. Don't you train engineers? What are you talking about? This is why people give this some of the patheticness of African people. You have engineers. You should have went down there and built dams. You didn't need the trees. Build dams and build irrigation systems, and then see what's able to farm in that area. That should have been done within a year. You should have done it in a year. The riverbank since 1970, and you want this? You see the same shit in Ghana. You see the same shit in Nigeria, but nothing's ever got done. And so the Chinese came to help us. We didn't know how to do shit. And don't you have engineers? Don't you have colleges? How did Africa know how to do that 5,000 years ago? Now you Negroes don't know how to do nothing. How is this possible? That's why you got the goddamn white supremacists on Candace Owens saying Negroes don't know how to do nothing. They don't need white people. So white people came to show them they're backward and stupid. You see them? See this video right here, Candace, that this girl showing on Blackout 5, the Joby lady. See, he couldn't even understand how to stop the water from fucking up shit from 1970.
That's why, again, history is important, because if you understood, especially again, politics deeper than how we look at it shallowly, we'd understand this is a project that is benefiting only the Chinese and the so-called cooperators who are cooperating, which is our government, if taking money
of course
from, right now you'll benefit maybe in a little way, but it's because it's benefiting them in a very long run and for the longest time. And after they're done with you, because they're going to use your soil, probably even destroy your environment, they don't even care how they mine, how they even cut down these trees. They never care. I'm about to share one video.
They never care about your environment. There's a video I want you. I'm gonna show you. There's a video going viral in Ghana. Going viral about some Chinese in Ghana destroying the ecosystem, doing illegal. It's always illegal. They do illegal gold mining. And Joe said, they're destroying the environment for the people, because Africans that you they get foreigners just come in, take over, and don't say shit. So they're destroying the environment and stealing gold. Right.
Wow, of course.
Yeah.
This was actually going viral in last year, 2024, if you can remember. That was Ghanaians were demonstrating because of that, because they were talking about the
happen again.
Yeah, the recklessness of mining, how it is destroying rivers, killing fishes, and how it has also led so many people to be displaced in their original lands, because they are even now, going
because the water's polluted.
Exactly. So it was actually trending last year in 2024. But we have Wangari Maathai. Wangari Maathai is one of our activists. Yeah,
who was planting trees. And she was planting trees, and the Kenyan government were trying to kill her.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
They really beat her up super bad. It is crazy. Let me share.
In a small village in Kenya, a girl named Wangari Maathai watched as trees disappeared and rivers dried up. While others accepted it, she asked, "What if we fight back with nature itself?" Wangari became the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. But her story began decades
understand
earlier.
this is always fake. The Nobel Peace Prize is created. See, that's to give. It's the same people that destroying your nature. She's won the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, who created the Nobel Peace Prize? Same wicked bastards who are destroying your ecosystem. See, they want to authenticate you supposedly going against them. I said, oh, look at what she's doing. You won the Nobel Peace Prize. I always told you for all the money, who created the Nobel Peace Prize and for what? That's why you see they're giving all these fake people who be killing people, like Barack Obama, Peace Prize. He was always doing war and killing people because it's political. It's to give you identifications that when they give it to you, they're gonna go listen. But we need to stop doing the shit you're doing. Now you got the Peace Prize.
Exactly. How am I winning a peace prize and still the government is fighting me? You know, I'm supposed to
exactly.
winning this peace prize. I'm doing something very profitable to the rest of the world too. You know, they should be taking notes. Why is the government fighting me despite winning a whole peace prize? It's not making sense.
At a time. She founded the Green Belt movement, inspiring poor women across Kenya to plant over 50 million trees.
See,
It wasn't just about the environment.
Pause again, Joe. Trees bring your water. It stops you. See, when you cut down your trees, you create deserts. They destroy your farmland, so things won't grow. Because now you stripped all the land of the nutrients of the trees. Trees give you shade, give you nutrients, and they make your lands fertile. So, but the corrupt morons who run Kenya, run Africa, they don't care about. They don't know about that. White man say we need money, cut the trees. That this is a resource that we want. We don't care if it destroys the whole community. These people starving. They don't care about that because I told you, you're dealing with a psychopath. Psychopath. And so her growing trees, why would that get you beat by preserving nature? Go ahead, Joe.
Question, but let me move quick. Let me go to the next video here of still
going to shed blood because of our land. We are used to that. Our forefathers shed
this is the day she was beaten, her dreadlocks were cut, like they really brutalized her because of participating in active, planting trees and
for our land. We will do so.
But she was unapologetic about her land. See, the Europeans want you to believe that Africa is their land. She said, this is our land. This is our land, which it is.
Exactly.
See, that's why you got all these fake ass deals with Joby showed you up north. They stole all that land. The Arabs have stolen all that land Joby showed you in northern Kenya. And the people haven't reacted. They should have been destroyed all that shit. This is our land. You're not building none of this shit talking about your carbon credits here. Build them in your country, in your land that you really stole from African people thousands of years ago over there. Build that shit in your shit. African people, see, she's giving you confidence not to be a coward. It's our land. We're not going to tolerate nobody telling us it ain't our land. Go ahead, Joby.
What we do not understand is that we humans are only part of this ecosystem.
Exactly.
And when we kill part of this system, we are killing ourselves. That's what we need to understand.
Spirit, that's African spirituality. That's spiritual. We know that. We're part of the ecosystem.
As it is, it must be sustained because in its survival depends on
our survival. Yes. But they tell you to be scared of that. That's African science. That's spirituality. Because we know we're part of the system. Not literally, Africans are part of the ecosystem.
Hey guys.
Literally.
So this is one of our forests now today in 2025 as we talk. This is one of the beautiful forests we have in Kenya. It's called Karura Forest, but apparently they're chopping down all the trees. This is one of
Hey guys, today we're in Karura, Abanse too.
Of course, you're going to have to have that lady again because look,
I'm going to show you guys
Africa's corrupt with puppets.
How much cutting down they're doing. Let's go. So we just came for a ride actually. It's a Monday. But bro, it looks so different. When I came here, this like you see this single truck, you couldn't see
See,
like this way
see
because
when
it
you
was
cut down
full of
all
trees.
when you cut down all
But
these trees, you're gonna cause deserts.
wow, this is a lot of cutting. It's a lot.
You
Just
got to
look at this.
replenish that. Someone's out there growing anything, you
Guys,
got to
what's
replenish that.
happening, man? This used to be a really scenic route of cycling, man. And now it just looks like what? Kenya, are you serious? I don't even remember which way we used to go now. Because I just remember when it was trees.
And you believe all that wood is going to the Middle East or China, not even benefiting African people. It's almost getting benefit of the corrupt officials. And so they don't understand when they destroy the ecosystem, you destroy the country's food supply. Because without the trees, you destroy the soil. These morons don't care because they're short-sighted and they serving their Arab or Chinese masters. It's over and over again in Africa with these weak ass African men. The problem with Africa is the African man is a weakling and a coward. It's just a fact. Shout out to Ibram Toure. That's gotta be changed. That's gotta be reverted. As Ibram said it right, somebody trying to kill him. The cowardice in Africa has got to stop. You can't be bound to other races of people. That's why you're being destroyed. Why you're being impoverished. That's why you go to the White House and say, you speak in English. Oh, Mr. President, thank you. And you got this moron with the Make American Great hat again, this puppet they put in Gabon running around with his people with the American hat, Make American Great hat on and shit, looking all retarded. You seen that video, Joby?
Widespread
I have seen him dancing like crazy.
outrage engulfed social media circles on news that a foreign national was uprooting whole baobab trees in Kenya.
Joji,
The
foreign
BBC
national.
now has exclusive access to images of how these giant trees were harvested and transported to a holding yard off the shores of the Kenyan coast, ready for shipment.
I'm in Bofa area of Cliffy County up the Kenyan coast. I'm at this massive storage yard for the giant baobab trees. I'm here to meet Georgie from Georgia, a businessman accused of illegally acquiring permits to
Trees.
uproot.
So Georgia, that means Russia. That's Russia. Georgia is Russia.
But a tweet from Kenya's Environment and Forestry Cabinet Secretary late November threw the spanner in the works for Georgie Gwesalia.
We got all the permits step by step. It was a NEMA permit, Kenya Forest Service permit, county government.
They're the ones selling out our. Come on, am I supposed to be shocked by this? I don't know what's happening in our forest. This is a surprise. Come on, well, I'm not shocked. The same. They always have the same. When Savo National Park was exposed that there is mining happening there, the Kenya Wildlife Service came and defended itself. None of these accusations are real, and yet there's videos circulating online.
Of mining. I told you that's how the British were much more slicker than the French in their colonies. When the British were supposed to be leaving, they made all these fake parks in Kenya and Uganda and other parts of the empire, where they say, oh, these are going to be protected wildlife sites. That's where they mine and shit and steal it. Okay? That's where they steal shit out of Kenya, out of Uganda, out of Zambia and Zimbabwe and Ghana and Nigeria. They made these fake ass animal reservations, whatever they call them, these parks. And nobody's allowed to go. These are the parks. No, that's where your minerals are at. Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, Ghana. And where your minerals at? And the British are stealing the minerals out of there. That's where your minerals are at. So that's why Joby had the video of them mining there in a public park. What do they call these national conservative, whatever they call these damn parks in Africa? Yeah, that's where they supposedly left. They had geo surveys done, said, oh, that's where these Negroes' mines are at. So we're gonna make fake parks and steal the shit there. That's where we're gonna steal. They call it a conservative. They call it a conservatory.
I love the fact that again we're living in a digital system, a digital world where People have phones. We're no longer waiting for the mainstream media to go cover lies about these stories. We are there. We can report what the mainstream media is not telling you. Even when your land is going, bet sure you'll be alerted more than the mainstream media, or before the police come to tell you someone is on your land, someone is taking your house. We will be there to tell you, okay? But anyway, family, this is where we come to the end of today's
Much
conversation.
love.
Sylvia also said we need our trees in order to live. I agree. Byron says it is estimated that they'll kill 4.5 billion people of the planet since. It is estimated that they have killed. That they kill. Is that they kill or they have killed, Byron? You have to correct that.
That they have killed.
1700. But yes, much love. With
Has it been that many barons since 17? Been 4.5 since the 1700s? God, I don't think has it been that much. I got to confirm. That's a lot of people. You sure it's that high? Now we know it's high, but but that's high. God damn, 4.5 billion. I don't know if it's that high. What's up, guys?
Full day. See you guys later on the other shows. Come back, like I said, you want another guest and catch up on what she's talking about. And of course, later we have the Tubonge show on the YouTube channel, and of course on the radio as well. And of course, later we have the Africa Today show. So tune in.